looking like frickin' Buddy the Clown. Look at how much my hair grew. Yay for hair girl that's coming back. Suckers. Seriously though, welcome back to my channel. I swear to God, every time I try and film a talking session, there's a train going by. So I'll talk to you in a second here. Now that the train is gone and really interrupted me, I didn't wake up like this. There's the garbage man. I love Wednesdays. Anyways, my intro rudely got interrupted. Of course, that happened when I started filming. Every time it just does that. Welcome back to another video. Today is gonna be a productive day in the life. I want to talk a little bit about stuff that's kind of going on in my life. As you know, I've announced, I think in my last vlog, that I got a part-time job. I was busy doing that. I worked 3 days last week. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it's whooping my ass royally. I'm exhausted, and I spent the entire weekend, like I had to go wedding dress shopping with a friend and all this other stuff. And long story short, I took a short break from filming because it just got to be too much, and I was like, exhaustion doesn't even scratch the surface of how I was feeling. So I'm just like, well, need to rest. So I did. I allowed myself to lay on the couch. I think it was Monday. I got done with work and I just laid on the couch and I like practically slept the rest of the day when I got home. So I work a very odd shift. I work like super early in the morning, which is okay because that way if I need to get groceries or whatever, I can just go after work and there's not a lot of people in the public. I don't, it's a lot of times it's introvert things, like a lot of times it's too people-y for me, and there's a lot of rude people out and about, especially after work, because everyone's in a hurry, everyone wants to get their stuff and they want to get the F out of there, so they're gone, you know what I'm saying? I do need to dye my hair, by the way. Looking like Draco Malfoy. Look at this, look at how blonde that is. It is like really white, and then that's like a month of hair growth. I'm so excited, it's growing, it looks better already. I mean, it looked amazing, but I like my bangs at this length, personally. I'm not wearing any makeup right now, so it is what it is. It looks like I crawled out of a hole. It's fine. It's fine, everything's fine. But yes, I keep getting sidetracked today. I took the 6 days off from filming just because I needed that time, and like I just didn't have the energy to output. Honestly, I didn't have the time. I didn't even have the time to edit videos. I edited my last Thursday's downtown, well, the last one that I posted for that. I finished editing that yesterday or last night and posted it after work. And then I started editing the story behind my painting Take Flight, which was supposed to be posted August 3rd. It is currently August 6th. I am running behind. I think the best thing that I can do in this moment right now is just do the best that I can. If I don't post 4 videos a week, like, it's not the end of the world. It is what it is. Like, I'm monetized. I'm not making a ton of money. I'm not, you know, and it's not like I'm making absolutely nothing either, but it's just the beginning of things, you know, and there's some ideas that I have that I want to film, and there's like a pivot that I need to make with this YouTube channel. And there was like this time where when I took that time to just kind of rest in like the slower moments when I wasn't working on my business or I wasn't working, period, I just took that time to kind of reflect on why I was feeling the way that I was. And I still don't have like the answers to everything, and I don't think I want to like talk about that or go into full detail just yet, because I'm still in the middle. I'm in the messy middle. I'm in the middle of like figuring things out and figuring out how much I'm going to share on my channel and figuring out like what direction I want to go, because in my opinion, I want to make like cinematic vlogs. Like, I like vlogging and this is fun. I like the whole video style, like when you're a kid and stuff, like filming my family, and I like just going about the day like that, but I want to incorporate more like quality into my stuff, and it's gonna take some time before I can purchase the equipment for that. Figuring out where I want to live. It's just a lot of things that are kind of up in the air and kind of confusing right now, I guess is what I want to say. So yeah, I've just been tired, and today I woke up with a burst of energy. I woke up relatively early since I wake up at like 2 a.m. for work anyway. I'm kind of getting adjusted to being a morning person again, which I never thought I would say. It was unexpected, but it's one of them things in my journey where I had to like take the bull by the horns, so to speak, and just suck it up and get a job. You know what I mean? I was just sick of drowning. I was sick of struggling. And I told my sister too, I was like, I took a break from filming because I was so sick and tired of myself talking about my struggles. And it's not that, oh, I'm a negative person or I'm labeled a negative person. I just got sick of talking about what was going wrong, and I couldn't really talk about what was going right because nothing really was going right. Like, there were little highlights here and there, and I've shared all of that, but for the majority of things, it was harder than it was okay, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are like, well, you're in charge of your stress level and you should just think positive and you should just this and you should just that. If nobody knows exactly what you're going through, they have no effing idea what you're talking about. So for a while there, well, for the longest time, I got really quiet. There's only like 1 or 2 people in my life that I really share exclusively like what I'm going through. And that's because those people listen to me and they make me feel seen, heard, and understood and like I matter. So, but there was like this period of where I just felt very angry last week and I needed to sit with that emotion and kind of work through that and navigate why I was feeling that way. And I had this conversation with my sister yesterday. I'm really grateful that she listened because it helped. I just told her that I felt very angry with everything and I didn't know why. And she's like, well, do you know exactly? Like, do you kind of have like, kind of an idea of why? And I said, yeah, because when I decided to leave my corporate job and follow my dreams, I knew that there would come challenges, but I had no idea that it would be this hard. And slowly, I was already burnt out from my job, and then I had to, I went through all of those art shows last year. I did 31 art shows. If you've been here through that all, I really do appreciate you. But like the weather took down one of my tents and I went through challenges last year, and by the end of the year I was running low on money, so I got a streaming job. That ended up not working out, and I just got so like sick of everything and like I was burnt out again. Took a trip to Bali, and when I came back, I hit like this wall of depression. And it's not that, oh my God, like I love my country. I love the United States. I really do. And it's not that one country is better than the next, but what I found was when I travel, I thrive. I'm growing. And when I came back, I just felt like I didn't have anything going for me. And I still had this hope. And then when I started doing art markets again, and it was like raining at every event, I just like slowly but surely, like the sadness just like got deeper and deeper and deeper. And all of a sudden I was into this deep, dark black hole, and all these negative thoughts that I've worked through for years to like heal and navigate, they were consuming me, and I felt like I was drowning and I couldn't get out of this pit of just mud. It was just like a black hole, like it just sucked me right in. And I had people pointing a finger in my face telling me to think positive, and so I just got really quiet. And I told my sister yesterday, I was like, there's been like moments where I've been like depressed. Like I've struggled with depression my entire life. I've been very vocal about that on my channel. But this time it was a lot different, because usually I'll be like sad for a day or two and then I can like pull myself out of it. Sometimes it's a few hours. Like I'll wake up and I'll like do my routine and like get through these thoughts and emotions. And I've been in this depression. I'm slowly feel like I'm crawling my way out and trying so hard not to get sucked back in. And I fell into this depression for like over 3 months, and it's been the longest that a cloud has been over me for like since I was probably in my earlier mid-20s. I worked very hard to rewire my thoughts, so then I had like all these thoughts of guilt and like a lot of shame towards myself about like I should be more positive, and like I was already telling myself these things, and then when people were trying to shove toxic positivity down my throat, it just kind of reinforced those thoughts that like how I was feeling wasn't okay. Like that's how I felt. And so it made me angry, and it made me feel bitter, and it made me feel so invisible. And I'm sharing this because I feel like there's probably somebody else out there that feels like this, and I no longer want to live my life like this. Like I reached a point on Monday, I had a really hard day at work, And I'm not even gonna get into the details, but I got home and I cried on the way to work that morning. It was a really rough day, and then I cried on the way home, and then I cried the rest of the day. Like I cried like all weekend, and I felt so unhappy, and I was just looking at God and I was like, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't. I want to be happy. Like when I quit my job, like slowly but surely throughout this past year and 8 months or however long it is, my joy has slowly been diminishing. I've been withering as a person. I haven't been really that funny on my channel, and I like to make people laugh and I like to be lighthearted, and I'm just not me. Like I'm being myself because it's how I feel, but like I lost the part of me. I felt like I lost that spark and that really bright version of myself, and there's so much shit that's happened in the last few years. And I went through a situation where somebody was stalking me, and I've mentioned that a few times on my channel. It really messes with me. I don't like going on walks. Like, I'm struggling with a lot of stuff. There's like so much that I don't really talk about. And when guys slow down and honk their horns at me and yell stuff out the window and roll their window down, like I just feel very violated, and I just want to be left alone. And so I just feel like I need to get out of this environment and this mindset that I'm in, and I'm trying really hard to rewire my thoughts. So yeah, I know that was probably like 10 minutes of talking, but that's, you know, what we do here on this channel. And God, you know, like I just want to live a fulfilling and meaningful life. And I think the reason why I got so sad when I came back from my trip was I felt alive. And obviously as a human, you're not going to feel like that 24/7. But I know that you can feel that way about 80-85% of the time. I don't want to be engulfed and submerged in these negative thoughts and toxic patterns of thinking in my mind. When you're in there, you feel like you're trapped and you can't get out. It's like you're trapped in a room, somebody else has the key, and you're pounding on the door and nobody can hear you because there's like soundproof on the doors. I don't know how else to explain that, but I'm not sure if this is gonna be a 1 or 2 day vlog. I have to do my Thursday's event tomorrow, and then Friday and Saturday I have to work. So let's see here. Trying to think. What's the weather gonna be like tomorrow? Yeah, it's a 42% chance of rain again, and I'm not even phased. Like, it's rained at every single art event but 3 this year. Every single one of them. It's supposed to rain in the morning, so I'm hoping by the afternoon it like clears up and I have an abundant day. If I don't, I guess I do. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I could cry about it later. Like, there's nothing I can't control it. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it, I guess, and do the best with what I can. I only have 2 Thursdays downtown events left for the rest of the 2025 season. And then I have 1 art event the week after that, and then I have 1 over the course of Labor Day weekend, which I'll be going up north to visit my family friends. So yeah, it's been a wild year, and I got to this place where like I haven't done anything fun this summer. I was like, why am I so unhappy? Duh, I haven't done anything fun. Like, since I got back from my trip, I've been so piss poor broke. Like, I've hung out with friends and stuff like that a few times, like maybe a handful of times. Every time I've hung out with someone, pretty much I filmed it. So that's how little I've like socialized, and I've not been working and whatever else, like socializing outside of like social media and responding to messages. But of course I'm gonna feel like a shell of a human. I have nothing to look forward to. I don't have anything fun planned. I have 1 concert that I'm going to with one of my friends. I booked the ticket. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna go to a show. If the ticket's 60 bucks, I'm going. Like, nobody's gonna stop me. And I'm gonna figure a way to pay my bills and stuff. I always figure out a way, but this is me pulling myself out of this hole and just being productive today, because it would all be for nothing if I just quit. Like, rest, take a break if you need to, but keep going. So that's what I'm gonna continue to do. I do have to pack my car today, so we're just gonna do some random stuff. I have to hop on YouTube Live today. I'm gonna try and film how long it took me to get monetized. I'm gonna try and film that video because I need to get that posted within the next week. And at least if I just have it filmed, I can throw other clips and stuff in there too. Just thinking out loud, that's what we do here. So this is gonna be a productive day. Thanks for listening to me unpack my baggage. It's just where I'm at right now. So it is what it is. So buckle up, Buttercup. We're gonna have a productive day. Alright, y'all, let's go on a little field trip, shall we? And then I gotta get my butt ready. I was gonna film my video before I went on YouTube Live. Oh my god, that's really close. That's better. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was gonna do that video before my YouTube Live, but I'm gonna have to wait until after or do it a different day. We're just gonna make do with what we have. I did make some necklaces at my Thursdays downtown event, which I'll be putting like clasps and stuff on. Clasps. That's a hard word to say. You know what I'm trying to say. But I gotta put those on my necklaces. Alright, venture into the living room. Look at my mess. This, that, and this. These are my tablecloths. I had to wash them because, well, they got, this is embarrassing to admit, but it rained like the week before. And last week when I did my event, there was like mold on them. On like one side. It was disgusting. I was very embarrassed. Thank God nobody saw it. It was on the other side. Maybe they saw it, maybe they didn't. Long story short, they're washed. Let's take a little field trip outside the entryway, shall we? Here's an acrylic pour I did. This is my most prized possession. I have big plans for this thing. It's hard to see because there's such a glare. But I am very thrilled with how this turned out, and honestly I'm kind of low-key to add anything to it because I want to paint something on it, but I don't want to ruin it, so I'm kind of scared. But when I paint on it, it's going to be like in the middle, and this is like, the outside is my favorite part anyway. But yeah, I'm just so stoked with how this turned out. And then once it's like, because it's still tacky in some spots, and I touched it on accident. Oh, you can't even tell, thank God. This probably has to dry for a few more days, but that's that. I have a smaller one down here. This one turned out pretty cool. I might draw a mushroom on that one. I want to make like really different stuff. I have this guy, probably going to put like a sun and a mushroom on it. I don't know why. I just like making really trippy, weird things, like bright colors mixed with dark. A beetle is going to be on this guy. And this one I don't know yet, so there's those 5. So when we make art around here, as in we, I mean me, we go hard. Let's see here. Okay, they're in here. Show you what I made. Okay, let's see. I don't even remember how many I made. Yeah, this one I didn't finish. Oh, I only made 2? No. Okay, I made 3. I lied. These will probably be in my next jewelry haul. They're pretty much the same. What I'm gonna do, I need to get more wire, but I'm gonna do like a wire wrapped collection. But they're all so unique, you know, and they're all different lengths. So it's kind of like a fun little surprise when you get it in the mail, because you're gonna get one that's like different. See the different lengths there? Oh my god, I'm in love with these. These would make the cutest choker necklaces. Now these two are pretty much the same. There. Ugh, let me show you. But they look super duper duper cute. Hard to see, lighting's not the best in here. Been trying to, my dad came over and tried to fix this, well, he fixed the light switch because that's what he thought the problem was. Was great for like 3 or 4 days and started effing with me again. So I don't know if it's the light itself or if there's like a short in the wall somewhere, which I hope to God that's not the problem. But I have these 3 necklaces done, and then the 4th one that I started, and I'm starting to run out of wire. I don't know if I have enough to finish it. I should, because I have like a whole pile of scraps, which is good. I'm using that. I'm not sure if we're gonna finish it today or tomorrow while I'm at my event, but for sure, we're gonna put some clasps on these ones. So this table needs to go as well. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, car's loaded, it's packed up, but check out my new tripod, you guys. This thing is sick. This is actually for my phone. A lot cooler than the last one I had, and it just... Minions, we steal the moon! So, then it's got this little adjusting thing on it. I hope that's... Okay, it's wide enough. Yay! I like this thing. And it's got this humdinger here too. I haven't figured out how to use it, but I think I can like stand away from my tripod and take a photo, which would actually really help me other than setting it on a timer. Because when I set it up on the timer, or when I set the timer to take my photos, it takes like 10 of them at a time. And then I have to like go through and be like, oh, which one's my favorite? I just wanted to take one, just one. I don't need 10, a burst of 10, because then I have to go through and clean out my storage in my phone. Ugh. All right, it's 11:11, make a wish. I'm actually gonna get ready because I have to hop on my live in less than 50 minutes, so. My name is Jeff. It is the next day, obviously, and I'm on my way to my art event in downtown Rochester, Minnesota. Good news is it's not raining. It's very foggy this morning, but the bad news is that it's supposed to storm this afternoon, probably around 2-3 o'clock. There's like a 30-something% chance, so we'll see what the weather decides it wants to do. Really, it's so hard to dictate lately. I feel almost every Thursday, almost like Wednesday. What year is it? Every Thursday it ends up raining, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully it's abundant. I only have this one and then one next week, and then that's the end for the 2025 season for the art shows in downtown Rochester for like this event. I have one more in Rochester, but it's the Med City Art Festival. So yeah, I am hoping for an abundant day, and I'm hoping for all good things and keep my spirits up. I got all of my stuff. I'm pretty sure I packed everything, so yeah, that's good. It felt good to have everything packed so I didn't have to do anything but like take care of myself this morning. I do have to work tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll do like a super long outro. It depends on what happens today. We're just gonna fly by the seat of our pants per usual, but sorry, traffic's a little insane because there's road construction. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I have to work tomorrow morning, so I'm probably gonna get like 3 hours of sleep, so that's fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough morning probably, but if I caffeinate and pray for the best, I should be fine, so let's do this. Bro, I feel like Bruce Almighty. There is nobody here right now. What the heck?
Yeah, I got a situation. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong. She's quite the sensation, but the list goes on and on. Touching on her tattoos, while she does coke in the bathroom.
This is nuts.
The band plays in the back room, trying to take her out the venue. She's somebody that don't need nobody. She's just stuck in my head. Lives a satisfaction.
Dude, today is like flying, like going like fast paced, like crazy, like. My phone's been doing really weird things today too. Wonder if the full moon's coming. It's gonna be a doozy. All right, we're gonna get out there and we're gonna get this bread, amen. Praying for no rain today.
Fashion, I can't get no reaction. She's just stuck in my head. She's somebody that don't need nobody. She's still stuck in my head. Lips of satisfaction, I can't get no reaction. She's still hips are moving way too fast. She's looking like she doesn't even see me. How do I get this girl's attention? Stage lights are so bright and they're flashing. Think my ego is falling and I'm crashing. She's somebody that don't need nobody. She's still stuck in my head. Lips of satisfaction, I can't get no reaction. She's still stuck in my head. Touching on her tattoos while she does coke in the bathroom. She's somebody that don't need somebody that don't need nobody that don't need somebody. Somebody needs somebody, don't need nobody but her. I'm nobody without her.
All right, we got Barb and Bruce here. You happy with your necklace?
Yes.
Oh my god, it looks like I stuck my finger in an electrical socket. Well, that's a wrap for today. That was the longest day of my entire life. Time just, it was like watching paint dry. It was like watching paint dry. How were my sales? Not wonderful. Did it rain? No. Thank God. Thank the Lord. I don't have to rewash my tablecloths and air everything out. But was it worth it today? Not really. What do? You know, it is what it is. There really wasn't a lot of foot traffic today. I really didn't make any sales until like 3 p.m. Got there at 8 in the morning. Right now it's currently almost 10 p.m. So right there, that's a 14-hour day. Actually 14 and a half if you count my drive on the way there. So it's a very long day. I have to get myself situated. I have to unload these candles in the car because it's like oddly humid outside. I don't know why. It's like 73 but humid. And it's gonna get hotter tomorrow, and I need to get this wax out of my car so my candles don't melt tomorrow while I'm at work. So send prayers for me. I'm gonna need all the caffeine in the world. I've been doing a lot of thinking today about like what direction am I going in? I have no idea. I have no idea. Not a clue. Not a clue. I know that I want to travel, and I know that I don't want to be in this situation anymore. And I know, sorry, that's distracting me. I know that I'm sick of listening to myself bitch and complain all the time on my YouTube channel and in life in general. And it just is what it is. And I'm just gonna have to deal with it and take it as it comes. And I might not be thinking that way tomorrow while I'm running off of 3 hours of sleep, but what do you do? You know, I had to take a step backwards. Like, this year has taught me a lot. It's kind of been a big ego death in a way. I feel like I've stepped backwards in the workforce, and nothing wrong with anything, but like stepping backwards. And because I had a really good corporate job, and I just feel like, what the heck? Like, what am I doing? You know, it's one of them situations. I did have a really nice lady stop in my booth today, and she's like, oh my God, your keychain I bought from you brought me good luck. And she told me the story about how her green card was approved. She was working at one of the biggest, like, health care systems. She was working for Mayo Clinic, and she got her green card, and her citizenship was approved here, and it was just great. It brought tears to my eyes because, like, she thought of me enough to stop in my booth and was like, thank you so much, like, this brought me good luck. And I was like, a $10 keychain, like, who would have ever thought, you know? Yeah, so that happened. And was there any other wondrous thing? No, I don't really have any other stories to tell. There really weren't a lot of customers. It wasn't just me. Everybody I talked to, their sales were down this week for some odd reason. Next week they'll probably spike up because it's the last one, and the weather better behave itself because I want to go out with a bang. And then I have 2 art shows after that, 1 a week, and then that's like it. I don't have any more scheduled, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my life or what I'm doing in general, but I'm gonna keep trucking along. I'm gonna keep making videos. I'm gonna keep posting. I'm gonna just keep doing it. I have no choice but to. But anyway, that is my outro. I don't have a lot to say. I really need to get to bed, and I need to eat something because I didn't even eat lunch. So it's been real, my homages. Till the next video, peace the F out.